you would think of all the people on YouTube that make sports videos and the different personalities that you run into, you wouldn't think that I'd be able to piss so many people off, but apparently I've got that technique. I've been pissing off. Apparently Alabama fans think I suck. Aggies, of course, and Tech and everything like that. So I don't know what I'm doing, but apparently, I have a knack for that, but I didn't know that. So thank you guys for pointing that quality out. Okay, look, dude. South Texas Headbanger or whatever. Okay. There are trash talking videos where fans of the opposing rival teams will make fun of the other team, will embellish things, will make the other team look really bad. That's what that last video was. Me taking a shot at A&M. Okay, let's be real. Yes, I completely understand why A&M's looking into SEC. They've got options. And a lot of A&M fans believe that the culture of the SEC matches their culture. They don't feel like they fit in with the Pac-10. That's some of the arguments I've heard. The travel as well. It's a lot closer to play teams in the SEC than the Pac-10. I get that, okay? It's all a joke, but you can't get it, so it's whatever. One of your main things, though, in the video was the whole, and you keep getting hung up on this, and I feel it's hard to get this across in comments, so I'm going to have to lay this out on the floor for you to understand. Once again, these are just my rules, okay? This isn't what people need to follow, whatever. This is just how I cheer for teams, and usually how I react to fans and whatnot. Yes, I cheer against certain teams. Yes, there are times when my rival team, or a team I may not like, gets further than my team, and I would rather them lose. I have no problem with that. I even said, see, you cut out a lot of stuff. I mean, you threw the clips up and everything like that. Even in the one I talked about the A&M and Tech fans, I asked if they're cheering for Texas, and they even said, I don't care if you're choosing. In the video, I said, I probably wouldn't, cheer for Texas in those situations. If I was a Tech or A&M fan, I'm not asking them to cheer. My whole deal is if the Horns lose, or the Cowboys, or whoever loses in a championship game, a playoff game, or whatever, where they get further than you, and you do the whole neener boo-boo, whatever thing, that's my deal. So yes, with the Colts and Saints last year, I've never really liked the Saints because there's kind of been that South rival. The Saints have always hated the Cowboys or whatever. And so I said, yeah, I'd rather the Colts win. Did you watch the video I made after that for when the Saints won? I believe I talked about how such a class act that Drew Brees was, and how you really do feel for that city, and you're happy for them, and it's hard to hate a guy like Drew Brees because he's so good for the game, and how they earned the win and all that jazz. I wasn't bitter and saying, oh, they suck and everything like that. Did I do that? I didn't do that. There's only one time I've done this where a team got further than mine and lost in the title game, and I did a video making whatever, and it was the Oklahoma-Florida thing. I'll own up to that, and I think everyone knows why I did that, and a lot of Longhorns felt that way. There's the whole three-way tie controversy, whatever, Texas let them be in, whatever. But when my team is clearly, they're not good enough to get there. Dallas Cowboys, not good enough to get the Super Bowl. Texas Longhorns, not good enough to get past the first round of the basketball tournament. So, and I even tried to illustrate this point when Purdue knocked A&M out. I did a little stupid video where I talked about how, A&M, I can't believe you got beat by Purdue. You guys suck. You can't do whatever. And there were actual Aggies who watched that and thought I was being genuine, even though in the video I explained that. So maybe that's attention spans or whatever. There's a stereotype of A&M. My bad. And so I was pointing out the fact how stupid it looks for a Longhorns fan whose team got knocked out in the first round to gloat about a rival team getting knocked out further in the tournament. That's been my whole point the whole time. Of course, I don't think that A&M... If I went to A&M, I wouldn't cheer for Texas. If I went to Texas Tech, I wouldn't cheer for Texas. I'd have probably gone for Alabama. I probably would have done the whole state pride thing. I'm with that. But that being said, since Texas lost, I wouldn't be like, yeah, that's right, yeah, you guys suck, even though our team barely made a bowl game and lost or whatever. So that's my stance on things, and I don't think you've gotten that. So, I don't know, but really the main thing though, dude, you get real mad. You start just throwing names, start throwing accusations stuff. I don't get it, dude. I don't know what I do, how non-aggressive me or whatever can just really bring that hatred out in you. you just get all worked up and stuff, wanting to throw money on the floor. Yes, I know that Texas A&M was not half empty last year. Okay? Once again, hyperbole. Okay? I do know, however, I was working on the fact that Texas A&M last year was 16 mil in the hole, had to borrow from the general fund to pay it off. That's not whatever. It was a play on that. Yes, and Texas A&M has a great fan base, and I've said that before. But I'm gonna make fun of Texas A&M because they're a rival of mine. I do Longhorns vids. I'm gonna make fun of the Aggies. That's just how it goes, and I want Aggies to make fun of Longhorns. But all I get from Aggies is not just a back and forth. It's this whole "why are you making fun of us" thing to just getting completely pissed off and angry. When Aggies make fun of Longhorns, I usually either come back at them, tell them where they're wrong or whatever, and we'll go back and forth. But it never gets to the point that you're taking it. But maybe that's just different personalities clashing, and maybe I just need to be more accepting of that. So I don't know. So, dude, I never have once said anything to you personally or in a video to elicit this kind of reaction, but maybe I have, and I'm sorry for that, I guess. No, I am sorry for that. If I have said anything that's got under your skin that much and, made you that mad, then I am. I'm genuinely sorry about that. But, I usually have a pretty good reputation here on YouTube. Just for this, this is just a stupid, video blog thing I do to talk about my favorite teams. And people decide to watch it. And I've been blessed that a lot of people have decided to want to watch my stuff, and that's great. And I thank all you guys for doing that. And I think and you know what, if I'm going to give myself some credit, I think part of that is that I do try to give you my true emotions at the same time, try to take those down to where I can give credit where credit is due. Because though you may not know, there are people out there, and there's a lot of them, part of your fan base as well, part of mine too, where they wouldn't admit that Texas basketball was worse than Texas A&M. They wouldn't have done that. Now, you're right. That is basic, because you could see it on the court that it's obvious. But people don't like to point that out. They try to mix it around and say, well, Texas, we had these injuries, and, we had this recruiting. They weren't. No, Texas A&M was better than Texas, and I have no problem saying that. There's a lot of people who do have a problem saying that. I don't. So, dude, maybe that answers some stuff. Maybe it doesn't. It probably doesn't, or whatever. But no, I do understand I legitimately understand why A&M would be doing this. I do, however, believe that if A&M does cause a split with Texas, it will hurt the tradition aspect of Texas A&M, because a lot of that is fed off of that rivalry for both schools. But I know that A&M takes it more seriously, and that's not a jab at A&M, because A&M does. That's okay, whatever. I understand why they wouldn't go to the Pac-10. I understand that. So, but I guess I need to spell that out and stop making, I don't know what those videos are, whatever. So, that's my response to you. You'll probably have something else. I don't know. But anyways, guys, hook 'em horns, Texas fight, and thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we can get some more sports stuff going on. I think Texas is whipping some TCU butt right now, but we did get beaten game 1, so we got to get one game 3 too. So, hook 'em, guys.